Magazine Dreams. As within a review, this may contain spoilers. What's your favorite color? This movie has been sitting on the shelf for 2 years. The SAG-AFTRA strike postponed the release, and then there was all the controversy surrounding Jonathan Majors. So now in 2025, it's getting its release. As I mentioned, there's a lot of controversy surrounding Jonathan Majors, which I won't get into the details of in this video. However, if you're curious about his controversy, it's one quick search away. The story follows bodybuilder Killian Maddox, played by Jonathan Majors, who struggles with some type of mental illness and has a hard time connecting with others. While pursuing his dream of getting a bodybuilding pro card, he works part-time at a grocery store and cares for his grandfather. Killian is very determined and regimented with the foods he eats and takes steroids, which is causing his body to shut down. In addition, he has anger issues that often take over, which often leads to him hurting himself. For me, the story went in the wrong direction. Being a bodybuilder who takes steroids with a body that is shutting down and has the responsibility of taking care of his grandfather would be an interesting story in itself. I didn't need the other stuff. I follow Muscle and Strength on YouTube plus other fitness YouTube channels, and that world is fascinating. The amount of hard work and dedication that goes into that sport, let alone all the sacrifices one makes to one's health to achieve that type of body, is out of this world. What these bodybuilders do to their bodies is so impressive, yet what it takes to get into that type of shape often hurts their bodies in the long run. There's so much to unpack with bodybuilding, and I wish this movie had focused more on this. What the filmmakers chose to focus on was unnecessary drama. There's a conflict with a paint company that wasn't needed. We also have some unanswered questions. Killian speaks to a counselor who I assume is perhaps a psychiatrist, but it's unclear. I want to say that the doctor was court-ordered, but I'm not sure either. They speak of Killian hearing voices in his head, but the filmmakers never addressed this in the story. Is he taking medicine that helps him with those voices? Who knows? The only drug we see him taking is steroids. Killian being mentally unstable is not an issue if done correctly. The filmmakers prioritize his anger, which led to destruction that I have an issue with. Killian is awkward and finds it difficult to connect with people. We see him on a disastrous date and also shooting a video for his YouTube channel. That awkward isn't a sufficient enough word. That's the realm of the story that worked the best and should have been explored even further. We saw just a little bit of not only the amount of food Killian needs to eat, but also the types of foods he eats. Surprisingly, we get very little of Killian working out. Throughout the story, Killian mentions his deltoids and the critique the judges give him about his deltoids being too small. The way Killian often talks about this, the filmmakers should have shown him in the gym obsessing over making his deltoids bigger. All I'm saying is have less of the anger issues and more of the pursuit of his dream of being on the cover of Fitness magazine. The last third of the movie was my least favorite. It showcased the spiral of the character, but instead it felt like the story spiraled out of control. The story felt directionless, as if the writers didn't know where to take it. Too many times the screen would go black as if the film was ending, but then it would continue. It did this a number of times, and it broke the pacing of the movie, and it got annoying after a while. There's a storyline that reminded me of the song Stan by Eminem. In the song, Stan is a fan of Eminem and writes him letters. At first, the letters are cordial, and as Stan continues to write letters with no response from Eminem, the letters start to get aggressive in tone. Stan doesn't appreciate that Eminem won't respond to his #1 fan. The song ends with Stan hurting his pregnant girlfriend and ending his own life. While this aspect of the storyline isn't one for one, it's very similar. Killian writes letters to his favorite bodybuilder Brad Vanderhorn, played by Michael Hearn. With each letter Killian writes, they become more unhinged. In one of the letters, he even puts his phone number and expects Brad to call him. That aspect of the story I did like, and when the story focused on bodybuilding, that part was the most interesting. Overall, the movie went in the wrong direction in my opinion, but that doesn't mean you would enjoy it and it may be worth watching. If you stuck around this long, why not give the video a like, try it out, see if it works, subscribe, check out my other videos, leave a comment, and let me know what you think of the film. See you in the next review.